Hello, my name is Karx82 and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. Gone ahead and set up a little bit of automation for this. Pretty simple. Switch this to a subnet with the fluid storage buses. And we are using the dummy recipe. And you can see it's jumping back and forth because I've set up two separate export buses. One is set using the dummy item to craft up the dummy item. Now the actual recipe is in there, so whenever it needs to craft this dummy item up, it's dumping the hydrogen and helium into here, which is the subnet, and then it goes in there in batches of 2 billion for that. So I have a export bus with a crafting card on it and set it to do not use stocked items. So it's always going to craft up a new one. And then I have another export bus here, which is just exporting the actual dummy item. I probably don't need a acceleration card on there. Wasn't really doing anything. So this is basically pulling the dummy item out and then putting it back in the main network to complete the craft. The only kind of annoying thing is, one, I don't think that's going to be bad for TPS or anything. There's only one item, but it is kind of doing it over and over and over again. But I don't think that's going to cause a problem. The one annoying bit, though, is we're always going to have like a clogged computer. I kind of wish I could like have it always go at the bottom, so just so I don't have to see it, because it's kind of annoying that that is going to show us stuck until this completes the craft, and then obviously it has a place for the gases to go, and then it starts crafting it up again. But most of the time it's just going to be stuck like that. But yeah, eventually we are going to get some, I don't remember the name of it, this thing, Astral Array Fabricator, because overclocking isn't really a thing anymore. If you remember, we were putting a overclock at 24. It was taking like one tick. We were getting massive amounts of resources. That's not really a thing anymore in this update. So instead of overclocking, you have to craft these up, and they do parallel recipes. So instead of doing the one every 1500 seconds, it'll be doing, 2 at a time, 8 at a time. I think it depends on how many you have on there. I don't know what I'm not sure what the limit is on this. We'll have to see. But these are basically, this Astral Array Fabricator is basically like crafting up a whole nother Eye of Harmony. It needs all the parts. So all three of those are that's the exact amount of parts that require to build another Eye of Harmony. So we're a little ways away from that. I do think before I start crafting these up, probably crafting up a whole nother Eye of Harmony, because we're going to be getting more of these, obviously. So that is what I am thinking. We will probably get more, and then we can have multiple running, producing more power. And now that I have the exact amount, it is at a 20% chance. It's not great, but it's not a 0% chance. So, if we're letting this run for hours and hours and hours, which I usually just leave, I've been leaving the world running for quite some time now, actually. It's going to slowly build up some resources, because we do get a lot from one completed craft. If the 20% chance goes off, we get a ton. I mean, we're talking like millions and millions of items from one thing. The big problem, though, is the Molten Universium, because even with the tier 10, you're only getting 2 stacks of ingots. So we're going to go through that real fast. Thankfully, I do have a bit of a backlog from before we updated, but now that's going to be, yeah. We're going to need to spam these, unfortunately, which I kind of knew was going to happen anyway, but I think I think that's like fully automated with the things. Hopefully that won't be causing TPS issues with, I really don't like having stuff like this, like doing that, but because that's a lot of block updates. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll give it we'll try it out. All right, so I still have my Quantum also running. We set this up. I was thinking that it might be time to actually get more of these. So we do have this running, crafting up living solder, and if we can take a look, and yeah, we're up to 4 billion living solder now. So we are doing well. I think right this second, though, I'm going to finish doing the... Oh, was I short on something? Oh, I was. I remember. I went to craft these up, and I had accidentally used... I had actually used all my phosphorus, turning it into acid. I used, like, I don't know, 100 and something million phosphorus, crafting up phosphoric acid in this thing. It just goes through it in like seconds. And yeah, what I had done was switched out to a stocking input hatch, and it just went through like, I think it was like 120 million. It went through in like a few seconds. It was crazy. So I had to actually run it from the space elevator to get some tricalcium phosphate. Kind of funny. And yeah, there is that, and then I need a couple other things. So I think I'm going to set this up, and then we'll figure out what we're doing. Oh, the large plates have been, my version has been, they're fixed now, so I don't have to keep, they're not crafting up the wrong type like they were before I updated, so that is good. I know that was just a bug on my end. I must have screwed something up in a config somewhere or something like that, but yeah, that is finally fixed. Actually, we don't need those up there anymore. Oh, right. I was going to get this as well. Yeah, let me craft up the next compact, and then maybe I will craft that up. I was working on all the things. I think I got it scanned as well. Have I crafted one up? No, I haven't crafted it up yet. I think I got... There might be a couple recipes that I haven't done yet. Oh, we actually got everything. Alright, you know what? Let's get that started. So as I am breaking down yet another compact fusion reactor, we can craft that up. Alright, we are back, and I've got my compact fusion up and running. I have just crafted up a couple more humongous input hatches. So we got 4 going now. And I just manually crafted up a whole bunch of metastable just for the fun of it. I'm actually going to, now that it's in the things, I'm just going to cancel it. Man, that really kind of does bug me. It's just sitting there. I was kind of messing around with some wireless transmitters because I was thinking I really don't like having that dummy item do that. So I was like, I wonder if I could like redstone signal it to turn off. And I think I may have actually figured out a way to do that, and that is with the activity detector cover. Really easy to craft up. I just threw it on there. That basically just outputs a signal when it's running, or there's other options. You can do percent chance, probably is a redstone strength signal, or just on off. And I have a advanced redstone transmitter internal. I did do a while back, I talked about how these wireless works. Basically, the internal... There's two different things. The transmitter sends the signal out, and then you can do internal or external. Internal takes the redstone signal from the block and sends it out. The external will take it from an adjacent block, the redstone signal, and then send that out. So I wanted to read the activity detector cover, so I did the internal transmitter. And I put it on a frequency of 90,000, and then I'll just use that to turn off the thing when it is running. Now, unfortunately, there is only certain blocks you can put these covers on. You can't just place them in the world. They do go on frames or pipes or something like that. I'm just going to do that and put that on there. Now I'm doing the receiver, which receives the signal from wherever we're doing it. And then I want, in this case, the internal part would send the redstone signal into the block. So if I wanted to put that on like a controller to turn it on and off, I would use an internal receiver. But since I want to send this into a export bus, I'm going to do receiver external. So that is sending the thing out. Basically, we'll do... I think it's active without signal. No. Active with signal. That should turn it off. Alright, yep, there it goes. It turned it off. So since it's running, it's going to stop dumping that thing back in the A system. It's going to turn everything off. And I think that will work. Then as soon as it turns off, this will start filling up, and then it will start pushing the thing back to complete that quest when that is actually running. But I just thought that was, I don't know. One, it's kind of fun to mess around with some wireless redstone. And two, I just prefer that. I really didn't like how that was doing that, jumping back and forth. All right, cool. So there is that. I'm crafting up this thing, the Space Assembler module. It's actually a bit more expensive than I was thinking it would be. So lots and lots of this liquid thing, lots of Universium. So probably not going to be spamming these too much because Universium is a little bit precious at the moment until we get more of these out. It's really the problem is the... Oh, hello, we got stuff. Something stuck. Oh, that's right. I changed that. So all the things, like you can see, we are getting some resources, but it's one, it's slow. It's not overclocked, and two, it is a small thing. Yeah, so I changed that because I decided I wanted to actually get that, but I didn't add it to a drive. Oh, nice. I actually do have a drive. So we'll do calcium. Yeah, I was voiding this before, but then I ran out of phosphorus because I accidentally used it all, and then I needed it back. But then I wasn't getting it back because I was accidentally voiding it from the space elevator. So I think we're good. All right, so that should have emptied that out. Oh, still a little stuck. Oh, phosphate dust. I really want these, but you know, it's just like, you know what? It doesn't matter at this point. Digital singularities are endless. We'll throw it on there. Who cares? It'll fill up a drive. But it'll never max it out. Alright. So did that. There we go. Alright, so it emptied all that stuff out. Cool. Yeah, and then this stuff will be all processed down. It goes pretty quick. As you can see, it's dropping pretty fast. Just going to take some time, but I do want to build it up because phosphorus, I don't Actually, I don't know if phosphorus... We might actually get it from the tier 10. It may just not show because this is full. But it may be down here, phosphorus, so it's just not showing, but we may be actually getting it, but whatever. We needed it. Because I got a little, ahead of myself here with the size of that phosphorus, and it just uses so much of it to create phosphoric acid. All right, but anyway, that is that. So let me get to the Space Assembler craft up. The 64 parallel on this is going to make, I hope that's going to make crafting up optical circuits just that much faster. All right, just finishing up this. I think we have a thing on there. I'll check on it in a second. I was trying to turn these back on, and it doesn't seem to be working anymore. I don't know if these have changed to like require a crafting input buffer, but for some reason that doesn't seem to be working. I have tried... I switched the thing to a stocking input butch, but before I did that, I actually did try just having the stuff in there on. So, like if we just have the stellar stuff in there, it should work, because that's basically what I was doing before, but for some reason it doesn't seem to want to work. I don't know. I guess I could have had this ready. So if I just do that. So the stellar catalyst, infinity combs. Basically, we're doing this one. Stellar catalyst, we need 10,000. 4 infinity catalysts, infinity comb, program circuit of 3. With the stellar catalyst, and it doesn't seem to be working. Now, if I manually craft this up, let's do a little bit more than that, because there's actually 4 of them running, so if I do that, it does. Okay, maybe I just didn't craft up enough. It went way too quick. It didn't even turn on. About 1 million. All right, I crafted up 10 million. See, there it goes. It's so that it is doing that recipe. That's doing the thing off the crafting buffer, but for some reason, just manually putting the stuff in doesn't seem to be working anymore. So yeah, I don't know if something changed. Is that, do stocking buses not work anymore? I also tried with this adding the 4 things for Hypogen as well. So we got a stellar catalyst, neutronium, quantum, infinity, and then that hypermatrix thing. So there's the 4. And then the hypermatrix, and that doesn't seem to work either. So I don't know if that's like, is that a bug? Is that changed? Am I totally missing something? Yeah, I don't know. I am not sure with that. But yeah, they still work with active crafting. I'll just dump that back in there. But all right. Anyway, did we get this? Did it work? Is it still crafting? Is it not crafting? Did I forget to do something? I may not have the Space Assembler 3. Thought I did. That's 1. 2. Maybe I don't have. Thought I had both. Let's put these together. I really need to do a spring clean here. Did I feel like I remember researching this. Did I just not put it in? Maybe I didn't. Well, that was a bit anticlimactic. Let me craft that up and we'll be right back. And there we go. Yeah, I should have the research over here. Now that it's all wireless and stuff, we could just... Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm not moving that. I could run, like, cables halfway across the base, but... Is that where... Yeah. Alright. There we go. 60 seconds. Not too bad. But, yeah, quite expensive. And it's all the robot arms and the conveyor belts. And Universium. And some of that stuff. So yeah, relatively expensive. So we'll slowly kind of replace the things with those. I'm not rushing out to do it right away though. Right. So I still need to passive that. I haven't got around to doing that, and also this, which this is its own kind of craziness. I wonder if... I'm kind of curious while that's doing that. I make recipes for that. Kind of curious what we are looking at with this. Because, I mean, we're going to want to get this sooner than later, because every time we craft those up, we could be saving resources by doing it in a component assembly line, but this is no joke. There's probably going to be a couple recipes I haven't got also when it takes a while. That's a little scary. Oh, it's taken a long time. This is scary. I'm breaking my computer. That's it. Break New Horizons officially broken. All right, I'm not gonna wait for that. Well, I might do it when I go like AFK or something like that. We'll see. But as we can see, that is gonna be expensive. So there we go. There is our Mark III. 64 parallels up from what? It's 16, I think. So 4 times as fast. Now, when you're doing like 100,000, it's not going to make a huge difference, but hopefully a little bit. I guess we'll just throw it here. This is the main one. I would like to have a space elevator, a full one with fully just the space assembling modules. We'll have one, you know, that does the pumps and the miner. We only really need one miner. I used to have 2, but I never even used the second one. And now a lot of this has been replaced with the Eye of Harmony. So yeah, I would like to have one just for pumps, and then the other one just Mark III assemblers. But all right, there we go. That is cool. Now I'm also... We did sort of... We got a little ahead of ourselves with that one recipe. I'm kind of wondering if we should go back now. Because we're kind of getting to that point where a lot of the stuff is... This one? No. I pulled the wrong one out. I think it was this one, wasn't it? Yeah. So if I switch this to this, we have tons of space time, we have tons of celestials. Tritanium, we get dust, we can just smelt that. That's easy to make, and Shirobon is getting much easier to make. So I think I will actually switch that recipe now. Before it was a little bit, we were getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. I don't know. We'll see. I may change my mind again. But yeah. So if I do, say, 100,000 of these. Ah, that's right. This dang stuff. Tholium. No, thallium. This is the most annoying resource to get. There doesn't come from the Eye of Harmony. It only seems to come from this random ore. Otherwise, you can do it in somewhere with like this stuff, which I've never set up. Or you do it in here with purified zinc and purified pyrite, which in themselves is a pain in the neck to get. So maybe I will... Can this be... Alright. We have quite a bit there. I didn't realize we were... we were saving that stuff up. Whoops. Well, that'll be a lot of thallium. I wonder if that will... I wonder if that... I probably have to change recipes, because I'm sure the recipes are used to getting the fluid. I wonder if they solidify it, though. Maybe I'll just... Maybe I'll throw this in the... Here, we'll do... Oh, it looks like I'm already... Am I smelting it and already... I might already be... Oh, I am multi-blocking it. I just... I accidentally broke that. I had it set up... No wonder it was like... I was showing having issues, because I had it turned off. But I probably should have the space elevator running to get that stuff, because it is kind of rare. Where am I going? So basically, I've just been... Whatever thing I need, I've just been setting the whitelist for just that one ore. So I don't have to... We're not just getting a whole bunch of stuff we don't need anymore and filling up. We're not filling up our ore processing with just random stuff we don't need. Pretty. Alright, we'll just let that run and get more of that stuff. I wish there was an easier way to get that thallium. Yeah, so you can see it's only a 10% chance from a not very big vein. Decent weight, though. At least it's a high number. I don't know, we'll just let that run and do its thing. Alright, there we go. Crafting that up. I'm just kind of curious if this is better, but we can see this does require like 8,000 Shirobon, so that is kind of why I was holding off on it. And Botmium. Botmium is so annoying. Sure. Kind of hoping that... Yeah, I don't think there's any way to get around that, unfortunately. Botmium foil. That thallium, that is just really annoying. I mean, it is 3 to 16, but yeah, like I said, it's kind of one of the most annoying dusts because it's hard to obtain. There's no like ore for it, and you don't get it in the Eye of Harmony unless I just haven't noticed it. But yeah, so I'm thinking definitely now that we have 4 of these. It's getting easier and easier because we can craft up the metastable Oganesson faster and faster now that we have 4. And it looks like most of it now, because I have been doing the humongous hatches, it puts it in most of them, but it definitely ends up piling in on one of them, which is fine. It'll just continue to run, you know, while the other things are empty. But I do think I definitely need like a dedicated one. I could also actually, if I wanted to not necessarily dump it all in here because these huge hatches, I could actually just do like its own separate ones with smaller hatches, so it kind of splits it up a bit better, and then only use that for Oganesson. But what we should probably do is just have one dedicated to producing it. I'm crafting up like 50 million or something like that. But you go through it pretty quick, because 100,000 of these, well, I mean, okay, so that is technically 100,000 circuits. But it does go through, I think it went through like 10 million Oganesson, metastable Oganesson. Anyway, long story short, I need to just keep expanding my circuit things. Do I have enough? Wait, I have enough for another one, don't I? That's right. I crafted up the coils. I didn't craft up the fusion coils because I needed some more dragon blood, but I might actually have it now. Yeah, we're a bit short. It's churning it out, but yeah, it's still not fast. It's definitely not the way you're supposed to go about getting it. I've just been putting off the magic mods. So we'll just let the world run, and then when we get enough of that, we'll craft up yet one more compact fusion. But yeah. Oh, also, I have been, as I'm crafting up other stuff, I am going along and cleaning up all my cabling, because we're pretty much done with using the main laser network that we've used for 300 episodes now. We're pretty much done with it at this point. So kind of just cleaning all this up, and gotta be a little careful around here so I don't accidentally break this. All right, so this one we do use. I don't want to break that. And I believe that one we use too, but we can slowly switch these out, which I may actually do. I could just switch these all to UMB. But I probably will, at some point we'll redo this, because yeah, 2 of these is not gonna be enough. It's gonna be more like 32 of those, but it's gonna take me some time to get that up. And the reason I'm kind of cleaning up all this stuff is because I'm trying to get all this stuff broken down. Our old Bastonite line, we no longer use this. Let me get rid of all this stuff, cleaned up, and get some more room for maybe more quantums and stuff. But anyway, that's gonna be for today. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.